Hi everyone, Robert here. Thanks very much for coming and joining me for this live event about the University Grapevine. For those of you who have been with the community doing what we do for a while now, thank you very much. I hope everything's going well for teaching wherever you are around the globe. Huge thanks to all the articles that have come in from both the experts and teachers who are also experts at what they do. It really is all the hard work from everybody out there coming together after things like the pandemic to make sure that we can kind of learn from each other and move forward. So thanks for coming to this live event, as I said, and I'm going to spend the next just 10 minutes or so explaining what the newsletter is about, how it may be helpful to you, especially if you're looking to publish some of your teaching ideas and make them have an impact for yourself and our teaching community around the world as well. So if you can bear with me for that amount of time, I'll do my best to answer any questions that you have. Hopefully I can do that in the chat. If I'm unable to do that today during this live event, feel free to just message me on LinkedIn, Facebook. I'm pretty active now online and connected to a lot of you who are probably attending this, so it shouldn't be too difficult to do that. So I've made a PowerPoint. That's always the easiest way to explain things, I think. So here it is, and bear with me while I walk you through it. Now this is going to explain 5 simple steps to publishing a practical, and practical really is the key word here, teaching idea in the University Grapevine newsletter with me, Robert. I'm the editor of the newsletter. So let's start off by just talking about what TUG, the University Grapevine newsletter, is actually all about. So the mission when this started about 3 years ago now was to share and publish practical teaching ideas between language teachers, especially English language teachers, working within higher education. So that has a huge amount of context we're talking about, right? So I'm sure if you're watching this, in some way this probably matches your context. And there is a website. You can get links to all of these, or simply just go to www.theuniversitygrapevine.com. And the SNS has also been growing a lot in the recent years. We now have a very, very active LinkedIn page, a very active Facebook page, and actually there is also a YouTube channel, which doesn't show up there, but check that out as well if you have time. And there are over 1,600 email subscribers, everything completely free, basically just signing up in 10 seconds to join the mailing list for the newsletter, which comes out bi-monthly now. And you might ask yourself, okay, why would I publish with TUG? There's a lot of options out there. It's great to promote yourself. It's great to improve your own career opportunities as well. Having a publication is always a good thing, of course. And the way the articles are written is a very good way to fine-tune your teaching. So as you probably know, if you've published a lot before, to actually write something down to explain to other people is a fantastic way to improve yourself as a teacher as well. And I think no better way to do that than if it's a practical idea as well. And your global community of teachers out there, there are a huge number of people involved in this now. So any idea that's thrown out there, I'm constantly getting emails from teachers saying, thanks for somebody's email, somebody's idea. Yeah, I've applied it and it really works. And you'll see how easy it is to replicate the ideas that are sent in as well because of the way the template is set up. So the 5 steps to getting published, I'll give you an outline of all of these. Pretty straightforward, really. Number 1, you've got to choose an idea, and I'll give you some help on the kind of areas that will be really important right now and the kind of things the newsletter is looking for success. The second thing then is to clarify the goal. It's very easy to get lost in what it is you're trying to share with people and what it can actually do for them. So clarifying what the goal of it is very important for readers and for yourself when you write. Number 3 is considering the pros and cons. That is a section in the articles. So it's kind of a reflection, what did and didn't work, and being honest about that is very, very important. Step 4 is using the template. I'll show you that. It hasn't changed for a long time because it works so easily for authors to use. And number 5 is submitting, which is really easy too. It's basically an email directly to me with your files. Couldn't be easier, actually. So step number 1, choosing an idea. So you've probably got a lot of things floating around in your head. First question to ask yourself, one of the most important things, is this practical for EFL or ESL teachers? When I mean practical, is this something that they really need in their class? Is this something that they can apply? Think of your own situation as a teacher. Is the idea you have something that could fit into a lot of classrooms, and you can imagine teachers reading and go, oh yeah, I could use that? Does it meet present challenges? I mean, the things we're talking about at the moment, difficulties after the pandemic, of course, artificial intelligence, but there are all of other kinds of things going on in the world in terms of classrooms. In terms of AI, I don't try to accept too many articles. I do get a lot of things come in about ChatGPT, which are very welcome, but they have to be very practical. They have to be kind of lesson plan or pedagogy orientated, like how are they going to use it? What exactly will it do in the class? And how is it of value? So not just a discussion of how to block students using it, for example. Is it original and new? That's also very important. So there should be some kind of spin or some kind of new approach on something that you're using with your own materials, which is the next point. Supporting materials are very important for articles, and a lot of authors let themselves down by not hyperlinking in, for example, worksheets or example materials that students have made without names, of course, or perhaps other kind of resources that they've created. Things that teachers can click on, download, and put into their classrooms themselves. That is a real signature of the newsletter and the articles, so please think about whether or not you can do that. An example classwork, as I said, if you have made PowerPoints or if your students have finished your activities or your ideas, please, where possible, try to make it possible to show that to readers. That really improves the chance of publishing and also helps readers really follow what you're talking about. And is it ready to go? This is the big thing. Is it practical? Is this something a teacher could read, download what they need, and take it to their classroom the next week and go? If they can, if the answer to all these things is yes, then you probably have a great idea. Now, clarifying the goal. Do you have a clear teaching goal? It has to be clear to the readers what exactly it is you're trying to achieve. Is this something about student motivation? Is this trying to improve their writing skills? Is this some kind of common problem that teachers may face and you're tackling with your approach? So there's a very small introduction section to each article called Teaching Goal, and that's exactly where you'd need to do that. And again, is it relevant? Is this teaching goal something that people want to read about? Is this something that's really going to help them? So please think carefully about that too. And is it connected to step 1? Is it connected to basically what you talked about, what your idea is? Make sure that if you have an idea, an activity or something, make sure that the goal is very clearly connected to that. If it's not clear how the activity helps this goal or the other way around, teachers and readers might get lost and lose interest in your article. Now, the pros and cons. This is something that is very important for the articles if you're trying to publish in the University Grapevine. You first of all have to explain what worked well for you with your idea. Be very down to earth, be very honest. When you applied this idea to your classroom or to courses you've been teaching, how did it affect things in a positive way that teachers would want to hear about? Did it improve motivation? Did it improve test scores? Did it improve time efficiency? All of these kind of things. Now, on the flip side, it is not a bad thing. Actually, it's a great thing to discuss what didn't go well. A lot of teachers tend to not write about this when they submit an article, but that's a mistake. We really want to hear about the cons, the problems that you had with your approach, because that is where the interesting part comes for people taking this article and fitting it to their own situation, their own context. And what you would do next time. If you had another chance to start from the beginning, what do you advise people to do themselves? A lot of readers read this stuff and really think about it. They really think about ways in which they could move forward with your idea and make it their own idea in their own context. And, this kind of reflection is, I think, a critical part of the articles in the University Grapevine. Please be honest. There is no problem with you explaining that your idea wasn't fantastic and could be a lot better. That's pretty much true for all of us, including myself, when we teach and we try things out in, a different kind of teaching context. So the template, it's really simple. This is a little bit small. I'll be sending this PowerPoint out, so you can click and get a copy of it there to send me. You can also find this on the website, www.theuniversitygrapevine.com. It's very simple. Please use it as it is. Please don't change it at all. There are 3 sections. Teaching goal, the one I just discussed there. That only needs to be very short, 75 to 200 words long. Then you explain your approach. What did you do? This is kind of like a method section, if you like, but explaining what the approach is, what the activity is. And that needs to be a little bit longer, of course. It's a little bit difficult for people to understand what that's about without it being at least 300 words long. Generally, these are 500 to 800 or 900 words long. The longer the better, to be honest, because it means more detail. And as you can see, there's a little bit of blue writing there where it says hyperlinks. Hyperlinks are crucial. They will give you the opportunity to share materials with teachers they can download for free in order to actually replicate, to kind of copy your idea in their own classrooms. And then the 3rd section there, as you can see, is pros and cons. What did you learn? What was good about it? What was bad about it? And how can this whole thing be improved in the future? And if you want to, at the end there, as you can see, you can put some contact information. It is optional. So people can email you to catch up on, or, find out a bit more about ideas. Also quite good to promote yourself as well as an author, if you want to just have your information there, but that's up to you. Then what you need to do is submit. Now it's really easy, actually. There's a page on the website. There is a link here in the PowerPoint you can get, or again, just go to the website, theuniversitygrapevine.com, and on the submit page, it gives you all the information, how to lay it out, things like that. Again, you can get the template, and it's very simple. You can actually just email it as an attachment to me directly, and my email address is on there. And yeah, it's as simple as that. As the newsletter continues to grow, you may have to wait a little while for me to get back to you, of course. But the turnover, the acceptance rate is very, very good, because there is a practical element to these articles. The biggest things that let people down will obviously be their ideas aren't clear, maybe the word count's not right, perhaps they didn't use the template properly, things like that. Supporting materials as well is a very big thing. So please try to come up with a list, look through this PowerPoint and look through the list and make sure you kind of check all the boxes before you send me anything. So I'm just going to bring you back to me. Hi. Well, thanks very much for listening. I hope this has been helpful. It's important to me that authors feel they've got the support they need to write these articles, because the newsletter's really fueled or powered by the great ideas teachers out there have. And in I'm going to say it's almost 3 years now that the University Grapevine's been running. The ideas have been fantastic, and the community, me personally, and other authors coming together, the communities they've built through the University Grapevine have been really, really, really strong. And the idea sharing has just been fantastic, and I couldn't be more pleased with it. So coming into this year, I'm hoping to receive more articles, more ideas from everybody out there. Everything's always changing, so let's all keep up to date with things. And yeah, I'm finding this very motivating. I hope you are too. So just a huge thank you to everybody involved so far. And I really look forward to getting ideas and articles from everybody else. So thanks very much, everyone. And have a good evening, good night, wherever you are, good morning. And I hope to hear from you soon. Okay, bye now.